Hey everybody, and happy spring. I have been so excited about the change in the weather here in our area. The sun has been out so much more and the grass is kind of coming back to life, super green. The cherry blossom tree outside of my window is in full bloom right now and everything just looks gorgeous. So as the spring weather rolls in and we say goodbye to winter, I've been changing up my makeup looks a little bit. I've been swapping out some of my heavier foundations and concealers for things that are just a lot lighter, a lot more quicker to apply. They apply more quickly. I don't know what to say. They're very easy to go on the skin and they give that fresh, dewy look, which I think just screams springtime. So if you are interested in checking out some of my favorite products for springtime makeup look, keep on watching. Okay, so I just finished prepping my skin with a couple of things. Because the spring weather is rolling in, I am switching over my face cream. So before I was using the e.l.f. Happy Hydration. This is Holy Hydration. I've talked about this before. This one feels a little bit lighter on my skin, so I'm going with that. And then I went ahead and put on my sunscreen. This is the Crave Beauty Beach Shield. So to make sure that my skin looks super smooth and fresh to put on any makeup on top, I have started to use this e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. This has been talked about quite a bit by beauty influencers on all social media accounts. So it is not brand new, but it is brand new to me and I'm loving it. I also got the Putty Primer applicator as well and I really like this. So it has like a little scoop at the end and then a little duo fiber brush at the top so that you don't have to put your fingers into it. I just scoop it out like that and then I will dot it all around my face. Definitely got a little much, but it won't be terrible. Then I take the blending brush, I go right in, and I just blend all of that out. Not that, you know, there's any color to it, but making sure that it is evenly distributed across my skin. And once it's all pressed in, I will go ahead and give this a minute or two just to make sure it is into the skin before I put anything else on top of it. And while my primer sets, I'm going to go ahead and grab my foundation / tinted moisturizer. So this is the Almay Skin Perfecting Healthy Biome Makeup. And it is new to the Almay collection. Now, Almay isn't a brand that I typically keep an eye out for when they put out new products. It's just not as popular as some of the other ones in the drugstore. And in looking at their website a little bit more, I am a bit disappointed that this line of makeup only includes 6 shades, and they are definitely on the lighter side. Their darkest one says it is called Tan, which I know would definitely not be dark enough to meet the needs of women of color. So I do hope that Almay puts out more shades in this line, and I just hope that the makeup industry overall starts to become more inclusive of women of color and make makeup that fits their skin tone and makes them feel confident and beautiful. So with that being said, I hope that change comes about. I had to pick up 2 different shades. I found the light shade first, and you can even just tell by the color on the bottle that this would definitely be a bit dark for my skin tone, and it is. This makes my skin look a little bit more sun-kissed glow, a little bit of tan, and I definitely have to make sure to blend it all the way down my neck if I'm using it. And then I did just find the lightest shade that they have is 100 Fair, and I actually haven't used this yet, but I think that this is going to be a little bit more in line with my true skin tone. So both kind of will work for me, at least I hope so. So let's go ahead and swatch these on my wrist. So you can definitely tell which one is fair and which one is light. And I think I'm going to go ahead and use a combination of the 2 today and see how that goes, and then on another day I might try the fair just on its own. But I do want a little bit of added color today. It is spring break, I'm in the spring mood, and I just want to have like a glowy, fresh complexion. So I put a little bit more on the back of my hand. I'm going to blend those together with my finger, and then I'm going to dot it all over my face and start blending with my e.l.f. Complexion Buffer Brush. It is my trusty go-to for all things liquid or cream, and it's drugstore, which is super nice. You know, it's not going to be the perfect match, but what I like about this makeup is that because it is not a full coverage foundation, it is not, you know, super pigmented, your skin will still come through. So this is definitely not going to be a heavy makeup look. And I totally just realized that my earring was not closed, so that's why it was bouncing around as much as it was. And this one isn't either. What am I doing? It's spring break at the time that I am filming this, so just being lazy and putting outfits on, not even closing the earrings up, whatever. So here's what that makeup looks like before I put anything else on top of it. Definitely getting a little bit of a glow, especially with the sunlight coming through my window. It didn't cover all of my acne marks, but it did even out my skin tone and just give it that fresh look. So now I'm gonna go ahead and fix a little bit of these dark spots with my Milani Supercharged Under Eye Tint. I talked about this in my monthly favorites. So just putting 2 little dots under there. And then I will take just a small brush. This one is from Tarte. And I will start patting that into my under eye. And sometimes I even take it up kind of in that eye socket corner if it's looking a little bit on the darker side. And on these nicer spring days, I've really just been wearing this product on its own. I haven't been layering it with any added concealer. I just feel like less is more here in the spring and as we head into summer. But now I'm gonna move on to my brows. I recently picked up this NYX brow pencil. It's the Fill and Fluff. So it's a double-ended pencil. I'm in the shade Taupe. So it's got like a nice little angle on this side. Obviously, it can, you know, retract. And then on the other side, it has this dense little brush so that you can blend your makeup into your eyebrows, and that way it looks a little bit more natural and smooth. So I'm going to attempt to do this in the camera here, and that was very short-lived. So now I'm going to grab a compact and try this out with the camera up close. I just like to do short little strokes. And this is a very creamy pencil, and it's not going to give you like that microbladed look, if you know what that looks like. I know for some people they love that, and for me with my brows, I have just been enjoying, you know, something a little bit more soft and simple. To each their own, and everybody gets to decide what style of brows they would like. So just flipping around that pencil, starting to blend in, and if I go out of the lines, I just brush that away. And it seems like I have a little bit more going on in here, so I'm going to even these out and I'll be right back. All right, those look about as even as I can get them. Again, lighting this side might look a little bit lighter just because of everything going on. Now I'm going to go ahead and do my eyes. So I'm going to prep my eyelid with the Milani eyeshadow primer. This is a great drugstore primer if you need one. And I just go ahead and apply it with my ring finger, nothing special. Applying it all over the lid up to the brow bone. And I'll let that sit for just a minute and I'll do the other eye as well. Now in the springtime, I don't really like to sit down and do this massive eyeshadow look. Just because I feel like I just want to get out the door. But I recently picked up these 2 e.l.f. No Budge shadow sticks. So this one is in the color Champagne Crystal, and the other one is in Copper Chic. And the thing I love about these is that they are super smooth and creamy. You don't have to worry about applying them. You can easily just blend them out with your ring finger. You can grab an eyeshadow brush, a fluffy blending brush like this one that I'm going to use. They're super easy to work with, so if you're someone who really isn't great with using eyeshadows, this might be a great option for you. So you don't have to be worried about where you are putting these. I just go ahead and put the champagne color first all over my eyelid. Again, I am not being super precise here, and especially because this is such a light color, you don't have to worry about any weird lines. So you could definitely just tap and blend this out with your ring finger and wear this shade just by itself, but I like to deepen up the eye socket a little bit more, add a little bit of dimension with this copper color. So I'm just gonna put it right where I really feel my eye socket. I'm not pushing that hard, but where my eye socket kind of dips in beneath my brow bone. So you're gonna see it's gonna look a little bit crazy right now, but like I said, they're very, very creamy. They will not set right away. And once I've got that on, taking my Sigma E40 tapered blending brush, and I just close my eyelid and work in small back and forth motions in that corner to blend this out really nicely. All right, I think that is pretty well blended. Now I'm gonna go ahead and grab a little skinny eyeliner pencil. This is the Revlon Color Stay Micro Hyper Precision Gel Eyeliner in the brown shade. I'm gonna do this off camera because eyeliner is one of those things that, one, just doesn't look great when you're applying it on camera, and two, it's just difficult to do on camera. So I'll be back. So I lined the entire top of the lash line just very lightly, and I like the brown color. I think it's a bit more soft than black is, and then I went ahead and did the outer third of the bottom lashes just to give them a little bit more definition. And what I like about that micro pencil is that the U-tip is really fine, so that it's not going to give that really heavy liner look. Of course, everything can be blended out, but I just like the ease of that one. So now I'm gonna go in and curl my lashes, and I'm going to use the Sky High mascara from Maybelline today. I gave an update about this on my Instagram. It is not, in my opinion, it is not the holy grail of all mascaras, especially drugstore for me. My favorite one is the Voluminous Carbon Black from L'Oreal. But with that being said, this mascara definitely adds a lot more fullness, makes my lashes look really dark, deep, and thick, whereas this one is definitely more light and kind of gives them a little bit more length while having some space in between. So I'm gonna go with this one today just because I think that the added length looks a little bit more springtime and fresh. And you know what, before I do mascara, I'm kind of all over the place today. I'm gonna go ahead and set my under eyes a little bit because I noticed they were creasing and I forgot to do that step. So I am grabbing this number 7 Lift and Illuminate Triple Action Finishing Powder, and I'm in the shade Light. This says this is for your best looking skin, instantly smoother and more radiant. So it's just a pressed powder, but wanted to give it a go. I'm using my e.l.f. small tapered brush here to very lightly set a few areas on my skin, doing my T-zone, nose, pressing that into that area, and then a little bit of the chin. And I'm leaving these areas as they are for now because I'm going to use some cream products, and layering cream on top of powder is really not a good thing to do. Now I'm going to curl the eyelashes and put the mascara on. Mascara just has a magical way of making you look so put together. But now I'm going to go ahead and grab my NYX Wonder Stick. This is a contour and highlighter product here, and I have the shade Light Medium. It is very easy to blend out if you have never contoured before or done any kind of bronzing. You can tell where I'm putting everything. Sometimes I will even go under my jawline. I don't think I'm going to do that today. This step is totally optional. Sometimes I just go in with my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, which I almost just dropped. This is very comfortable. I would just powder my entire face and then put that on the same couple of areas. But I am gonna do this. I'm just trying to find my blender. And sometimes I'm a little bit more precise about keeping the line, but right now I'm just kind of blending this right on out. And it adds a little bit more color, a little bit more dimension. And it also works really well with the foundation. I really don't want to call that a foundation, the Almay stuff, just because it's so lightweight. And it's funny because they don't even list it as a BB cream, tinted moisturizer, or foundation on the front of the product. It just says Healthy Biome Makeup. So just an interesting way to market their product there. So I think you can tell a little bit more on this side just because of the shadows, but I love doing this. Whether it's the powder or the cream product like I showed you. And I think that it just really adds a little bit more life back into your skin, especially if you even out your skin tone with any kind of foundation, BB cream, tinted moisturizer. It's just nice to have that golden bronzy color, especially in the spring and summer. And for blush today, I'm reaching for a cream blush. This is the Lauren Conrad Beauty lip and cheek tint, and this is in the shade Peony, which I think is appropriately named for springtime. Definitely on the tackier side because it is that combo lip and cheek duo. So if you don't like to feel that on your skin, that tacky feeling, especially with cream blush, you may not enjoy this particular product. But I go in with just my ring finger and add that closer to the outer part of my cheek. So that just adds a little soft color and also a little bit of shine to the skin. Definitely fresh, definitely very dewy. Now what I'm going to do is, actually I'm going to use that since it's a lip and cheek duo. I'm going to add that to my lips in just a second, but I'm going to line my lips first with this NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner in the shade Soft Spoken. It is a perfect kind of everyday neutral pink, and I don't always line my lips. It's just something I recently started to do. But maybe for Easter or a special occasion, or if you're taking pictures or something like that, this is a nice way just to define them a little bit more than with one product, whether it's a lip gloss, you know, a lip balm, stick, whatever. And you can tell that this is pretty soft. I mean, I know it's a little bit darker than my natural lip color, but once I get this on there and blend it all out, I think you'll see that it looks pretty nice. So there it is. It doesn't look super harsh or anything like that. Just kind of defines the lips a tiny bit more, but I do like this product. Again, though, if you don't like that sticky, tacky feeling going onto your skin, you may want to find something a little bit different. A recommendation that I can give you is this Milani Cheek Kiss. It's a liquid blush, so it's not going to have that creamy texture, but it's going to be a little bit more thin. And I use this with just a simple foundation brush that is right here. I just put a couple of dots on my cheeks, tap it out, and then it does dry down a little bit more than this cream blush does. But since I've added the rest of the cream products to my face, I'm going to grab my powder one more time and set a few of those areas. Sometimes I really don't like to set my cream blush because I like the glow that it gives. Kind of depends on how I'm feeling. Today I think I'm going to work around it a little bit. Sometimes I'll get it, you know, on the underside just so it doesn't like melt down my face. But with that little bit of powder, I think that I am all set. I am going to go ahead and spray a little bit of the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist on just to make sure everything is going to stay in place and just continue to look dewy and fresh, and it will just help my makeup melt into my skin a little bit more. So just a little spray. It's super refreshing and light. So this is the final look. I hope that you guys enjoyed checking out some of these different products. I will make sure to link all of them below for you if you want to go and find them at Ulta or Walmart or wherever it is that you shop for makeup. Definitely let me know in the comment section down below if you give any of them a try. But thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys have a beautiful spring, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!